Welcome to the Hypnosis NGH podcast. This podcast series offers a fun and serious look at hypnosis and offers various ideas, discuss case studies, along with NGH educational opportunities. Please note, it's important to work within your scope of practice. You can find more information about this on the NGH website at www.ngh.net under the Safe and Ethical Practice menu. The opinions or views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the NGH. NGH podcast. I'm Eric Damon from the National Guild of Hypnotists. And we'd like to welcome our special guest with us today, all the way from New York. I say all the way from New York. We're actually in Massachusetts, so I guess it's not that bad.
Correct.
Please welcome Donna Bloom.
Thank you, Eric, for having me today.
Well, we're glad you're here. And how are things going with you?
Great.
Excellent. Now, one thing that I try to do on these podcasts is I try to get guests in like yourself and discuss hypnosis and what you do specifically. And our audience has got the other hypnotists listening, but we also have the public listening. So they want to hear all kinds of stuff on hypnosis and how it can help them, and or just in general, maybe they want to become a hypnotist. Who knows? So you're out of New York.
Yes.
Where out of New York?
I'm from Long Island, right in the middle in Bethpage, New York.
Bethpage.
Yes.
So I've only been to Long Island like once or twice. But everyone says you have to keep going to Long Island because it's wonderful.
It is. Friendly people, great restaurants. Technically, I'm in Hollywood East. We have a lot of film production studios that they will film. NBC does a lot of studio work. Oh, it's an industrial park, so it's not a place to visit, but it's considered Hollywood East.
No, but that's a fun little fact.
It's a fun little fact.
I had no idea. My son was actually lived in Hollywood, California. And I never saw any production of anything.
You're missing out. That was a lot of fun to do.
Was it? Okay. So you do clinical hypnosis.
Yes.
And you have an office in New York. Do you do it virtually as well as sit with clients?
I do offer virtual sessions, but I have an office in a medical building. Sure. So clients get to come in and have the personal one-on-one experience.
So in your hypnosis, what do you specialize in anything specific, or is it that you just deal with people who may have weight loss, looking for weight loss or stop smoking?
I've found that the typical client who comes to me are highly motivated, high achiever people who have anxiety. That seems to what lives in New York, what comes into my office, and the anxiety presents with either a distractor behavior or a too much behavior.
So what do you say to somebody who is maybe looking for a hypnotist who says, how is it going to help me?
Well, usually they'll come and they're always looking, they want to feel calm. They want to stop the racing thoughts in their mind. So I explain to them that we will kind of, take a step backwards to update the subconscious part of the brain that picked up the need to have that alarm system going off all the time, give them ways to calm that, whether to deal with some triggers, but also get to the root cause of where perhaps the inner child picked up a belief system or something happened that they have now this behavior in order to protect themselves. So we're really kind of pulling back in order to go forward.
Right.
When we're younger and things happen to us, sometimes we just don't know things for one simple fact. We are just too young.
Good point.
Yes.
Good point. And there's lots of people who go through life, very anxious about things or easily upset about things. Yeah. In New York, of course, it's very stressful anyways.
Yes, it is.
I would think it is, especially if they're from New York City. Did you find most of your clients are on Long Island?
I would
Or
say they are on Long Island.
really?
I do offer some virtual sessions, but my draw, and especially during COVID when I had a lease and I had no choice, I had to pay that lease.
Right.
People were thrilled to be able to come into my
Right.
office. So I feel that I'm a bigger fish in a smaller pond, and I like the local business.
What do you think is the? I mean, obviously, this world, virtual is not going to go away.
No,
And I've always been a big believer in that actually sitting with somebody. And I'll tell you right now, I mean, a lot of our podcasts are done through Zoom, and there is a disconnect a little bit
hmm
when you're doing an interview or talking with somebody about hypnosis. But when you're sitting right beside them, it seems a lot smoother or a lot easier or more comfortable.
it is. You have the energetic connection. You can feel someone. You can go over and just offer the comfort. And just my office is quite conducive to. It's very peaceful. It's relaxing in there. I have a nice space, and people like it. They like the recliner. They like the whole experience of being hypnotized by a professional hypnotist in the chair and having the experience.
Right.
And I have a consult room first, and then we segue when they're ready to go make the change into the big reclining chair. And they like the experience.
I would think it would be relaxing. And I can understand some people are apprehensive to come into an office, and that's
Yes.
where virtual, I guess, would come in and
Yes.
be helpful.
Exactly. Like I don't think one is better than the other, but I'm just choosing to focus on clients that want to come into the office. And the fact is we can't see so many clients in a week, so that it works out perfect.
I actually, like I said, I think that's probably my preference. I can't imagine going to see my doctor, though they offer medical virtual sessions.
Right. But think about it.
You
When
think
you
you'd be missing something.
True, but when you have the flu, do you really want to get dressed and go to the doctor's office?
Good point.
You just want to stay in your bed and just, you tell them the symptoms and want to feel better in your bed. So I think there's a place for both avenues.
Right. That makes sense. I was just saying, I'd
Yes,
rather,
of course.
no, it seems more or less personal virtually.
Exactly.
But again, it's something that is necessary, and it helps a lot of people as well.
It does.
So, eh, how long ago did you become a hypnotist?
I became a hypnotist back in 2013, and I experienced hypnosis. I was at a gym, and this small little gym was way before its time, and they offered meditation and they offered hypnosis.
Really?
I really had no idea what it was, but they helped me to uncover some childhood wounds, and it made a profound difference in my life. Then I became a meditation instructor, which was very rewarding, but you can't make a living doing meditations. At least I found that I could not. So I was searching and I found hypnosis, and I sat on it for about 6 to 7 months when it became my plan B. But it really wasn't a plan B, it was a plan A in disguise.
There you go.
And I trained originally with Carol Daniker because she was local and she had an office and she had a school, and it was just what I wanted.
Yeah, Carol's wonderful. She's a member of
is.
the NGH, and
Yes.
yeah, she's a wonderful person. She's also one that, like yourself, that taught at the recent NGH conference. And let's talk a little bit about what you did for presentations.
Excellent. So the first presentation I did was brand new. I actually had the idea on an airplane about doing a presentation for newbies. When you come to your first convention, I was overwhelmed. I remember, especially at banquet, I didn't know what to do with myself.
Right.
And I maybe had an anxiety attack. I was so overwhelmed. I looked at the schedule and I didn't know how to pick a class. I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So in that time, there were no recordings. So you really had to be very deliberate with your class.
Right.
I was nervous speaking to new people. So I thought that I would make the class that I wanted for myself back then and didn't know I needed.
How did it go?
It went very well. It was a small group of people, and I think they got what they wanted.
I think that's one of the things that we'll see is that as people progress, and you're absolutely right, especially when the NGH does a convention, because there's over 180 different presentations over 3 days, so you can't get to them all.
You can't. And so how do you decide what you need?
Yeah.
And every year for me, it's been different. So I even came with the intention, looking at the schedule first. I'm like, all right, what do I want? How can I maximize my hypnosis experience? Because it's an investment.
Right.
You're paying for your travel, you're paying for the hotel room, the cost of the conference, and time away from the office to the soft dollars that you're not making money.
Right.
So if you think of it as an investment that you will make the money later, how do you want to maximize it? So for me this year, it was called Back to Basics. I've been doing this since 2013, but I needed a little refresher on smoking and weight loss, bread and butter.
Right.
I needed a new approach. I was getting maybe complacent or stale in my approach. So I listened as a newbie, took notes diligently, listened to their intonations, the tonality, their deliverability on it. So for me, it's like, and how can I go home and incorporate a handful of these strategies into my practice with my clients for their success?
So you used it almost as a refresher for us, as people would do, and pick up new things that you can incorporate in your own.
Exactly.
That makes sense. I mean, that's one of the things I think that makes an excellent hypnotist is somebody who just doesn't take if you just take the training and don't do any more, you're never going to grow. It's like you don't watch a doctor, you know, well, whatever profession they're in. You don't want them to not have the newer way of doing things or the updated versions of things.
Yes,
And same with the hypnotist,
exactly. Or even a different way.
right? Because not everything, it's not cookie cutter. It doesn't always work.
It's not cookie cutter.
Right.
So maybe one hypnotist does something one way. I never thought to do it that way. And it's like, wait a second, I've got this client coming in, and oh, you know what? He might relate to this new approach that I learned.
Right.
And even if it's a direct suggestion, just to hear things fresh feels good.
Right. Right. I've seen a lot of that during the convention that people they come away with a lot of insight or things that they can incorporate right away in their practice.
Yes,
For their clients, which I think is important because you're always trying to be the best you can for them.
exactly.
Yeah.
And if you do something fresh and new with a client and they get their results, they'll give you a review. And clients and new potential clients read reviews. They want to see who's good. So that way, that's adding to your future ROI.
Right. Right. How many classes did you do at the convention?
I did 2 classes.
What's the other one you did?
The other one I did was Ho'oponopono for forgiveness.
Now, every time I hear that, and I said this to you before when we did meet the presenters, is I just can't. I don't know if I can say it,
Yes, you can.
but
It's phonetic.
yes, but it's it's based on what?
It's a Hawaiian healing modality that originally was used for conflict resolution within families.
Okay.
And I don't pretend to know what they did, and I revere the elders so much. But and the woman, I'm sorry, Morna Simeona came on board and she
Okay.
modernized it so that we could do it individually for ourselves. So it's a process of cleansing and clearing programs that live in the subconscious part of the mind to feel peace.
Okay. Now, so how can I put this? How would you? This is the wrong saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. How do you dumb it down when just in the sense of somebody who doesn't? They probably want to do that, but they don't understand that would fit them.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
It does. So my practice name is Wise Mind Hypnosis.
Okay.
And I remember sitting in Carol's class and she asked us to give names to our hypnosis practices. And that's just what kind of came to me because I'm all about accessing inner wisdom. And it's intuition, that gut feeling. But how does someone learn to listen? It's not taught.
That's true.
It is where it's not taught in public school. It's certainly, I don't think it's taught in like religious organizations. We're taught how to pray. Here's a prayer for this or that, or to this person or that person, but we're not taught how to listen. And it's a conversation. To me, when I learned Ho'oponopono back in 2014, it opened up, I am intuitive and I do know how to listen, but it opens it up like a channel. And when we can go up and listen to that inner wisdom and get a handful of words for peace, it will calm the subconscious part of the mind. It is a pattern interrupt. like no other.
Yep.
It works just as well as it's a great pattern interrupt. We can mix it with traditional pattern interrupts that hypnotists use, but it really helps to facilitate that intuitive listening. And when you have guidance, you can feel that sense of peace and calm with what clients want. And my clients are in New York. It is easy to do. Once I explain it, it's available. It's something that can be done out loud in the privacy of your own mind. Let's just say you're in a business meeting, you're at a corporate table, and you get put on the spot to present some numbers, and you're getting
Right.
nervous. What do? Well, you could say the phrases in your head and get a sense of calm. Take a breath, pause, got it, and then present what you know.
Excellent.
You can't sleep at night. You've got someone next to you in the bed, and your mind's starting to race. It's a pattern interrupt. It gives the egoic mind something to do.
Right.
It's high vibration. It's love. It is gratitude. It's repentance, and it's forgiveness. It's everything combined into one. And when we're connected to love and we get the sprinkles of intuition, then we can let go of the past.
I like that, sprinkles.
It really is sprinkles. It's little guidance of, one of the first pieces of guidance I got was turn the radio station. And it kind of changed the energy with a family member of mine. A simple little act changed the radio station to something that he liked, not myself. And that small little act that I did not want to do changed the dynamics in the car, and then we were traveling somewhere. And then who wants to, be on vacation with other people and you're, in an argument?
Right.
A simple little act. Change the radio station. $0.
You're right. That makes a lot of sense. I'm sitting here just thinking about that. That makes a lot of sense.
So to me, it is the perfect pattern interrupt. It is a way to cleanse and clear the programs, the memories, which live in the subconscious part of the mind.
Right.
And it's high vibration. It's love, it is gratitude, it's repentance and forgiveness. This world needs more of that.
That's true. Now, don't talk to my wife about changing the radio station because I have to like. Just kidding. Just kidding. So, all right. So you're basically your practice is Monday through Friday, or
Yeah.
do you work on weekend? You work all the time.
I used to work my Saturdays,
Yeah.
and then for boundaries and protecting my own energy, I do not work Saturdays. And I'm comfortable at this point in my career not offering Saturday sessions, and people want them. So am I losing money? Yes. But am I maintaining my sanity? Yes.
Which is important
But
because
it is.
you need to be fresh and you need to be ready to sit with somebody and
Yes.
try to help them with whatever they're dealing with. And yeah, and then that makes
Exactly.
sense.
I'm a morning person. I don't really want to start seeing a client at 7 p.m. at night. You're not going to get my best energy. So I will not book a time for the money.
No,
I won't do it.
That makes sense. And that's good that you make yourself available during the week to see clients.
Yes.
So now, on a personal note, what does Donna Bloom do for fun? I mean, obviously, as a hypnotist, I mean, you immensely enjoy it, and you enjoy when you go to the convention and other things that you do. But you must have a funner side or a different fun side.
My husband and I love to travel, to go different places. We like to go to Europe. We like to hike. We love spending time with our grandpuppy Zoe.
Grandpuppy.
We have a grandpuppy. We've never had a dog in our home. So my daughter recently got a little Havanese, and the two of us are enjoying this puppy beyond.
So does that mean a puppy of your own is in the future?
Absolutely not. Too much work and responsibility, and they need care. I will babysit. I will have sleepovers with her, but I will not have my own.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
enjoy other people's dogs more than I ever imagined. So we do that. And I also love playing pickleball.
Are you good at it?
I am probably an advanced beginner, and that's pushing it, but I'm enjoying it. I play weekly. It's been social. It gets me focused on something other than hypnosis and clients.
Right. Well, you always have to have an no.
It's great. I've really enjoyed that.
So I know pickleball is hugely popular.
It is.
And I'm not going to lie, I've never tried it.
You're missing out.
It's basically version of tennis, isn't it?
It's a different version of tennis.
Not as intense, or
I don't think it's as intense. I think there's a huge social aspect.
Yeah.
And I took lessons for probably a good year and a half because the class was given at a convenient time with my practice. And then there was a handful of us who said, okay, we need to move beyond this beginner course. And we rented a course at the same time every week. So it's been fun because we're making new friends.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, in my little town that I'm in, we're actually building a pickleball place. It's got to be 24/7 because in New England,
Yes,
you've got the winters to deal with. But
exactly. Exactly. It's fun. Take some lessons. It improved my stamina.
Yeah,
It would be hard to play for an hour, and now no problem.
that's true. I'd probably be
You can
lying on the
rotate.
court out of breath.
Well, you practice with dinking first and you learn to serve. It really is a social thing, and it's focused. And we definitely use hypnosis in everything that I teach clients. If my mind is not on the court and somewhere else, or I'm like, oh, I'm not going to serve properly, guess what happens? I don't. And I'm like,
Right.
watch your mindset.
Right.
And I use everything I teach my clients when I'm playing, but I'm thinking about myself.
Well, that's smart. I was going to say,
Yes.
as we wrap up, when you think of hypnosis in your private life or everyday life for yourself and or somebody else, what do you envision? What do you look for that most people could really use in their everyday life that hypnosis could help them do?
It's one word: clarity. I have found with clients who call on the phone for a consult or even in the office, they lack clarity. They will say, I want to be happy. I want to have peace. Absolutely. That is a nominalization. How do you know, client, when you're going to be happy? How are you going to be showing up? What are you going to be doing? So when people can get clear on the changes they want and the whys they want to make it, it becomes much easier to facilitate change.
Absolutely.
Like, why do you want to lose weight? What's going to be different in your life?
No, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, no matter what you're doing, I mean, either it be business, personal, or whatever it is, clarity. Yeah,
Clarity is a really important word.
and hypnosis can help people with that.
Well, that I do coaching for that.
Yeah.
That's we have to kind of access the conscious mind. What do you want? And get a little bit in, some details on what it is. And then we build up the joy and the enthusiasm. Because if you don't really want it and you forget about it, oh right, I did want that thing, you're not really clear.
Right.
So clarity is you are living, breathing, sleeping that thing, and you want it so badly, you will be able to manifest it in your life. And the hypnosis can clear up the old blocks.
Yeah. Right.
I'm writing a book right now. I was never a good English student.
No.
My grades were not the best. So there's the 8-year-old saying, who are you to write this book? And I'm like, I'm a better student now. And there's help for that. So we're clearing up the old programming and the limitations that I had as a child in order to go forward. So we do that with clients, that we all have these limiting beliefs where, oh, so-and-so said I can't do something. I'm not talented enough. I'm not tall enough, thin enough, pretty enough to do this thing. But if we really, really want it, we'll use the hypnosis to cleanse and clear and update the subconscious, the old programs,
Right.
so that we can create new neural pathways and go forward with confidence.
What's your book about?
My book is called Walk with Wisdom. Hopefully it will be coming out at the end of the year. And it is a spiritual fiction book for the teen and everyone, where an ordinary girl who has some common, garden variety anxiety, overthinking, nervous with her friends and what she looks like, meets wisdom, who is basically her higher self, to give her mindfulness techniques and pattern interrupts disguised.
Really?
Yes.
So that we should look for that at the end of the year.
Yes. It's where Disney meets the law of attraction.
That's an interesting way to put it, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, excellent. We'll make sure that the National Guild of Hypnotists has some of your books too, so that we can offer them to members and other folks who are interested.
Thank you, Eric.
I appreciate you sitting down with me and talking to me today for our NGH podcast.
It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there's one other thing I want to mention, and that's you can have the convention at your fingertips, or you can have the NGH at your fingertips by getting the NGH app. That's right. So if you want to download it, you can download it on Google Play or the Apple App Store. You can download the app, get it on your phone. I don't know if you can see this, if it's close enough, but the NGH app. And the great thing about it is that you can look at all the presentations that are being done at the convention. You can also see which room your presentation is in and what's up next, the whole schedule. And you can download the NGH app, and that will help you at this year's convention.
Thank you for listening to the Hypnosis NGH podcast. You're welcome to share your ideas for future podcasts by emailing us nghpodcast@ngh.net.
This recording provides the actual presentation and is distributed with the understanding that the opinions expressed by the presenters are not necessarily those of the NGH. This recording is copyright 2025 National Guild of Hypnotists.